Indian Creek Canyon near the Buffalo National River contains some of the most rugged and dangerous terrain of all the Ozarks, and it's where the most injuries have been reported also. But it contains some pretty spectacular sights, and we'll show them to you on this week's show. And then we're going to float the Ouachita River with a group of Ouachita Baptist University students as they retrace the Hunter Dunbar expedition. And then we'll close it all out by taking you mountain biking atop Mount Nebo near Dardanelle. So for now, let's head on down into Indian Creek Canyon. I've been on what I only thought were grueling hikes before, but this one takes the cake, because a cakewalk this hike is definitely not. We made the expedition into Indian Creek Canyon with our fellow explorer friends from a previous episode, geologist Ed French and Vic Trolio. Our journey in was actually from the top instead of the bottom from Kyle's Landing. From the parking area off of Highway 74 west of Jasper, we made the 5-mile or so trek all the way through, ending up at Kyle's Landing at the Buffalo River. "5 miles of hiking, though, seemed like 50, taking 7 hours hiking through the extremely rugged and treacherous terrain. As the saying goes, no pain, no gain. On occasion, a lot of effort is required to reach those places that few have seen, such as our first spectacular sight, the Eye of the Needle. Well, Vic, I guess you're one of the few that can say you've actually been through this area more than once. Usually once is enough for most people.
That's correct. Most people won't come back. It's beautiful, though, and it's well worth the effort to get up here. This is the top of the Eye of the Needle, and most people don't get here.
Most people, we were talking earlier, from the bottom of the Eye of the Needle, and then they usually just backtrack up to Kyle's Landing.
We've come in from the top, down from Horseshoe Canyon Ranch area, come all the way down through the valley.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely an area that has put me to the challenge and the test.
Yes, it is. It's a little muddy today, but it's beautiful. Well worth it. It's about as steep and big of rocks as you can find in the Buffalo area. It's quite a beautiful spot, though. Yeah. It's worth it. It's worth it.
What did you first think when you, the very first time you came through here?
Actually, I tried several times to find this and unsuccessfully, and finally we made it all the way through. So we made it down about halfway a couple of times, but finally made it all the way through. And, you know, it's a little tricky dropping into this part from up there.
It's easier when the leaves are off the trees, I imagine.
Yes, you can see the eye from on up on high. It helps you find the way in. It's easier in the winter. I mean, you can see better, and it's not, you know, it's hot and all. But it's still one of the best climbs in Arkansas, I think. Easily one of the best.
Vic recommends not hiking into Indian Creek Canyon alone, and if you're going in for the first time, to go either with a guide or someone who knows the area.
I would try to come with somebody who's been up here this high, and I would definitely bring rope Be prepared to be careful. Be prepared and be careful. Yeah,
Like we mentioned earlier, there are more injuries that have taken place, I guess, in this area than any other.
that's what I've heard. It's really easy to hurt yourself. I mean, it's just so slick. And you just have to be careful and watch what you're doing.
There are waterfalls all along this hike, plus many other features, such as Arkansas Cave, where during high water, there's a waterfall that comes out of it. But it's the Eye of the Needle that is probably the highlight.
Well, the Eye of the Needle we have just traversed, and we survived it. So I think that's the main thing. We have just moved down into a karst topography, where we moved out of the sandstones into the limestones, and this is where you get the cave-type deposits. And the Eye of the Needle is part of a collapsed cave system that we have here. And as we move on down the stream of Indian Creek here, we're going to see some more features that represent the karst-type topography that I'm talking about.
This is a very unique area. I mean, you can just imagine, I mean, it's virtually untouched for hundreds and hundreds of years.
I would say that this is one of the most magnificent canyons in the Ozarks. No other canyon that has as much to offer as this one. We started out at an elevation of about 2,000 feet. We're about halfway down now, and at the base we'll come out at Camp Ora, which is about probably 900 feet elevation. So over the course of a mile and a half or so, we're going to transverse some really steep topography.
And you actually, along with Vic, can say you've been here more than once.
I've been here more than once. And all the people that we brought here before, they won't come back with us.
You were telling me for most people, this is a once-in-a-lifetime venture.
I would say that most of the people that come here never get to the top of the Eye of the Needle. They come here and they turn around and they go back, because getting around the Eye of the Needle is extremely difficult. You have to use ropes to do that.
So the sights are spectacular, to say the least, but it is one of the most challenging hikes that I have ever taken, if not the most challenging. So if you're not quite physically fit or not familiar with the area, don't even attempt it, since according to the Park Service, getting an injured person out of here is extremely difficult. So just sit back and take in the sights that we've already captured for you. On this next segment, we're going to take you to college for a course called On the Ouachita. We've hooked up with a group of students from Ouachita Baptist University out of Arkadelphia, and we're going to sort of relive the Hunter Dunbar expedition of 1803 to 1805. So let's head out on the Ouachita.
The Ouachita runs through our campus. Wouldn't it be nice to have a course that starts at the headwaters of the Ouachita River and floats down? That'd be so really a really neat course. And then a professor on campus wrote a book called about the Hunter Dunbar expedition. So that was kind of the background for our course, the history setting. And then us being a liberal arts institution, we said, well, why not just expand this to different areas? My emphasis is outdoor recreation. Byron loves to do the philosophy and the kayaking. We've got another professor that really gets into biology, another professor with the historical part of it. And so we just said, this fits our campus. And so that was the start. We ran last fall, we ran a trial class to design the course. And this semester it's been off and running, and I think it's got some real possibilities.
Now the Hunter Dunbar expedition, a lot of people know about Lewis and Clark, but to fill us in just basically, that was during Thomas Jefferson when he sent out explorers.
Exactly, and their initial, their charge was to go up the Arkansas River, but they were afraid of the Indians, and Thomas Jefferson got a little bit scared about sending an expedition into uncharted territory, so he said, let's cut it short and let's go up the Ouachita. And they'd heard things about the hot springs in Arkansas at that time, the Arkansas Territory. So Hunter Dunbar set off on their expedition and went up the Ouachita River and came up to Hot Springs. So, our students read the book. Actually, if we evolved this class, eventually we could use GPS and actually camp on the same sites that they camped on. I hope to expand the course to maybe even do like the cooking like they did with the big ovens, and do Dutch oven cooking. We sure don't want to canoe upstream. We don't want to use the big rafts like they did, but it'd be interesting to tweak the course back to the time setting.
It was probably a lot rougher than we had it because we stayed in a cabin for 2 days, 3 days, whatever.
Gas grills
And stuff like that. But I imagine that it was pretty hard for them. And going upriver, they were headed that way and stuff like that. It was pretty tough. Go ahead, take it.
Yeah, we tried to go upstream in a kayak, and that didn't turn out so well.
That's kind of hard.
We just experienced a lot of teamwork this week, not only in the canoe, but like as far as cooking together. I mean, everything that we did this week, we did together and had to do it as a team. So just a lot of teamwork. That was our major experience this week.
I've got to hang out with so many people that I would probably have never been able to hang out with, and she's one of my best friends, and there's a few other of my best friends on the trip with us, but there's so many people that I would never have spent a whole week with, almost 24 hours a day with, and so that's probably what I've gotten most out of it besides the nature part of it. So,
do you miss the cell phones, the internet, Kristen?
Well, it's definitely a change, but it's not bad at all. Both of us, I don't really think knew exactly what the week was going to be like. We didn't have a whole lot of expectations.
No.
And then we just kind of jumped in, and not having our cell phone or internet or whatever has been an adjustment, but I think we've survived okay.
It's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing.
It is an adjustment, but it's not a bad thing.
It's been a lot of fun, and I feel like we've learned a lot, and if we can survive this week, we can survive anything.
For a college course, you can't beat this, though.
Definitely. It doesn't get any more fun than this. Like the coursework, we had to read some books and do some papers and other things like that. We had training, canoe training and outdoor training and stuff like that, but it can't beat it. It's so much fun just doing this, being out here for a week.
Not a bad trip for $400, I'll be honest with you. Not a bad trip for $400.
Not a bad trip.
Well, now you know how the explorers felt back in the 1800s.
Definitely, definitely. They had other supplies than we had, but it was very good.
Well, it was a good experience, I can tell you that. Got some new friends and stuff like that. Canoe on the river, I learned some new things about canoeing, for sure, because first canoe trip I went with my Professor Eubanks, and he showed me quite a bit to canoeing, so it was a lot of fun, good experience. Can't beat it. You
mentioned to me earlier you'd like to tackle some of the other rivers across the state now.
Yes, I would, especially the Buffalo and probably a couple others. I'd really like to do that.
I've learned a lot of things on the expedition that Hunter and Dunbar did, and I had to do a paper on it, so I've learned a lot. So it's really been a learning experience.
That's great. And how about you?
I guess it has for me too. I've done a little more in the way of camping and stuff, but this is really the first time I've gotten on the water and actually doing canoeing and learned to kayak, that kind of thing. So learned a lot, gotten wet a few times. Did learn again something about the expeditions. I'd heard of them before, but writing a paper on it kind of teaches you a little more.
And the teamwork, I guess, is like some of the others have mentioned, is what you learn on a trip like this.
Yeah, you can't do it all by yourself. You gotta have everybody helping to pack up camp and make food, and in a canoe you need 2 people. A lot of teamwork.
Or else you're gonna have a sinking Titanic out there. I've had that experience out there. They say it's my fault that we sank, but our canoe flipped over. And they say I was reaching for some beef jerky, so don't believe all those stories you hear.
Okay, we won't.
I've learned a lot about these. I've gone to college with all these students, and they're friends of mine, and I got to learn more about them.
I teach philosophy in a whitewater kayaking class, and what we've tried to have the students do is look at both the recreational use of the river and then environmental issues. We had them read the San County Almanac, Aldo Leopold, which is kind of a classic in environmental ethics, and we've tried to get them to just think about how to use the river, how people use the river, how to take care of it. So we've done leave no trace philosophy in camping, and helping to see the big picture of the whole river. We've talked about the history, we've talked about recreation, commercial uses of the river. So big picture is sort of the main thrust of what I've been trying to work with them on.
And plans to do this again, I guess, with something else thrown in, maybe photography along with it?
Well, we've had several of our colleagues at Ouachita, once we talked about the class. This time around we did philosophy, biology, kinesiology or leisure studies, and history. We had one of our colleagues in English say it'd be good to do literature of the area. We've talked about the possibilities of photography. You could look at political science in terms of the decisions going in to dam a river versus leave it free-flowing. So there's lots of ways that you could look at the river, and sort of the impetus for the class was place-based education. A lot of our students come to Arkadelphia, come to Ouachita, and don't really have a sense of where we are and what all is in Arkansas. And so we've been trying to think of ways to put our students in touch with the beauty that is Arkansas. And this class is first time through's had a little rough around the edges here and there, but I think we'll probably do it again, and there seems to be plenty of student interest, lots of teacher interest to get it done.
We talk about outdoor recreation from cooking to using the bathroom to water purification to group dynamics. And I was always concerned, we have 17 people coming on the trip, that you could really have some, but we had a great time. We had fun, they did charades, it was a great experience, yes.
Named after the mountain from which Moses saw a view of the Promised Land, Mount Nebo near Dardanelle has a lot to offer, and one of them is the Bench Trail, which offers a great family opportunity for mountain biking and a great way to see the mountains. So let's check it out. Located west of Dardanelle, Mount Nebo rises 1,350 feet above the Arkansas River Valley. The bench trail follows a sandstone shelf called a bench that encircles the entire mountain for about 4 miles. During the 1890s, this trail was actually a road called Bench Boulevard.
The bench trail is really significant in that the bench trail was used, or it was the site of many of the first homes on Mount Nebo. The springs that you'll see on the mountain provided water, ready supply of water for all the settlers, and they built some real nice homes as well as the first hotel around there. People today use the bench trail for hiking as well as mountain biking. There's a lot of different plants and animals they can see along as they hike. The view off the bench trail is pretty good. Of course, it's always better in the winter months when the leaves aren't there, but it still offers a nice view of the valley. And our mountain bikers really like it. It's wide enough, really it's kind of like an old logging road, and it's just wide enough to accommodate hikers or bikers or whatever.
Yeah, and the level of it is pretty easy. I mean, it's good for the whole family.
That's correct. Families, little ones all the way up to grandparents will use it. It is steep in some places, so it's not just a real easy ride, but it's not real challenging, but it has a variation to where everybody really enjoys it.
As they did back in the late 1800s, summertime visitors today as well enjoy the mountain's cooler temperatures, lush vegetation, abundant wildlife, and breathtaking scenery. The Bench Trail is actually one of 7 trails that provide more than 14 miles of hiking and mountain biking pleasure. So, for an excellent ride for your family's first mountain biking outing, grab your own bike or rent one at the park and experience for yourself what Mount Nebo State Park has to offer in outdoor adventure. So, check out the Bench Trail for yourself here at Mount Nebo, and if mountain biking is not your thing, the drive up here just to look at all the spectacular scenery is well worth it. And for more on Mount Nebo and all our other destinations, and to view our maps or to order a copy of an episode, visit our website, aetn.org/exploring-Arkansas. And we'll see you again the next time for another exciting adventure on Exploring Arkansas.